Yo, what is up, guys? This is Evolutionary EVs here, back again with another video for you guys. And today I'm bringing you guys the dual ace kind of guide to making those kind of teams, like dual aces. And currently, actually, before we even get started with this, I did some draws beforehand. I actually recorded those draws, but unfortunately my video got corrupted, so it's not like I could get the footage back for that. So, unfortunately, I can only show you the draws that I got with this, but it probably was a boring video anyways, honestly. It's probably like 12 minutes of me just talking and stuff, so, for the video, for the draws that we did get, we were able to get, 2 of the new star players that we got in the game now. So I was able to get Puriot, and I maxed her out. And we got also Seraph. I think that's what her name is called, Seraph. Let me see. Pretty sure her name is Seraph, because it's not Sephiroth. I know that. What the heck is she? I know I drew her because she was one of the newer ones that I got. Don't tell me I passed right by her. I'm telling you, she's supposed to be a level 1 because I haven't done anything with it. Oh yeah, here we go. So yeah, we also got Seraph. Then we also pulled Joy and William, and we also pulled 3 Igns because that's what I have it set on right now. So Ign is at almost maxed out to the point where we can be able to, start using her on the team. But other than that, let's get into the video. But before we get started, if you guys enjoyed the video, like, subscribe to the channel for more of these, because I'm going to try and do more guides. And also an update before we get started. September 14th, I'm going to be going to boot camp for the Army Reserves, so I'm not going to be back for around 2 months. And then after that, I'll probably let you guys know what's going on there. I'll try and record any footage of that while I'm gone, so that you guys can check that out if I can. But most likely I won't be uploading for a little while, so that's just a little heads up. I'll probably make another video about this later on before I leave. But for now, I'm going to still make videos and everything like that, so I'm not going anywhere yet. But yeah, just wanted to throw that out there. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the video. So, dual aces. Now, this is a pretty interesting topic, and I've spent a lot of time thinking about it. And from what I've seen, nobody's actually even made a video about dual aces. There are like guides on how to make a team and everything like that. But as far as dual aces are concerned, I haven't seen anybody make any videos. Because I was kind of searching for a couple of them to see if anybody even made a video on dual ace teams yet, and nobody has made one yet. And I could probably see why, because the more I thought about it, is like, it's kind of impossible somewhat to make a video on dual aces, and I'm saying that as we are making one, but it kind of is impossible, because there's no one which way you're supposed to make a team like that. Dual aces are kind of interesting, the fact that you can be creative with it. You can make whatever team you want, because at that point you have 2 elements that you can work with. And then you got rainbow teams, and even though most of those rainbow teams you see like mostly just a bunch of legendaries in a majority of the time, you can still get pretty crazy with that. Like, I've even wanted some time before to go ahead and just make a team with like 1 of every attribute, or at least 2 or so of every attribute before, but it's just really hard to do, especially since I don't really know how to make a rainbow team, honestly. I'm kind of like Whirlwind and Ardor, or in this case, Light and Ardor, because this is a team I've been working on as well. Well, not really working on, I've just been having the players for a long time, so I just tried some stuff out, and I have a lot of them at least decently maxed out. But I really haven't invested that much in the light yet, as seen. Obviously, I'm not using Garriott, and I'm not using Raffaello, so, I'm not going along with that plan. But, dual ace teams are a little tricky, honestly, in my opinion, because you can pretty much do whatever you want. And to top it all off, what makes it even rougher is, and I'm just going to use this as an example, my dual Whirlwind and Ardor team. So you'd think it's like, okay, you got Whirlwind Ardor here, but in reality, I could switch this whole team around by just using one of these 3 players. So, for instance, you got Elaine here, so she got an attack power 30 and max HP of Ardor and Dark players. Younghee, he is Ardor and Light. You got, Yuki, we got max HP of Thunder and Ardor. There's so many players out here where they have dual aces. Hell, the new player that we got, she's like Ardor and Light, same thing as Younghee. I'm not Younghee, I mean Yuki. I know it was Younghee. Younghee's dual Light and Ardor, yeah. So yeah, there's just so much you can do, to the point where it's like, it's kind of confusing on how to make a duelist team, which is why you guys probably recommended this video. But really, all I can tell you guys at this point is to create a team, especially with the duelist team. Just create your team around one character that you want to choose, no matter which character it is. It could be your passer, it could be your goalkeeper, it could be your striker. In my opinion, I would rather make my team, especially if it's going to be a duelist, around my goalkeeper or my striker. Because then you can kind of build your team around that. You know, choose which passes you want, which assisters you want. You know, you can choose your midline pretty well, your backline really well. That's just me. In fact, that's kind of how I pick my team. At the same time, I've been having Lucian and a couple of these characters for a while. And back in the old update, before they made Reborn, actually these characters all had like a common team, which means they had a lot of good chains to each other. Let me show you guys what I'm talking about real quick. So, hold up. And they were all Ardor too, so that also helped out because I like the Ardor element. Yeah, so all these characters I have, and I made my team based around them somewhat to a period, and we even got this one to add to it, so make sure we had all of these. But back in the day, I used to use Lucian, Victoria, Erica, and Ronia all on the same team. I didn't have these two. I didn't get these two until most recently. And even then, I still really don't need to use them. They're just there for collective purposes. And then we also had Irene, which of course is also for collective purposes because she's a 4-star player. But you know, I kind of just built my team around characters I liked, and you know, if they had chains with each other, then we went with that. And then of course they took out chains with the newest update, so it's like, you know, we don't know what to do with that anymore. It's like I kind of just work with the characters I've been playing with for a long time. I didn't know I had crystals. Yeah, well, there's another tip for you guys right now. Make sure to check your players in your book after a little while, because you do get some free crystals from that. But you know what I mean, you know? There's just so many players in the game to the point where now you could just be creative with all of them. And the one thing I hope they bring back, because they had it in the old version before they made Reborn, I hope they bring back the Galaxy League where it's only 5-star players and below. Because they had, for those of you guys who are new to this, they had a league where it was 5-star players and below only, so there was no legendaries, meaning you didn't see like the usual, you know, Rafaela, Garriott, or the usual Presti or Ein or whatever legendary co-op team you'd see, you know, the Queens and all that. You didn't see that on the 5-star league, so it made it really interesting because you couldn't rely off those overpowered legends anymore in that league. You know, they had one week where they do a legendary league, they have another week where they do a 5-star league and everything like that. And it was really, really interesting because you could make a lot of good teams off of that, and it was just really nice. So I hope they bring that back. Right now we're kind of back to the way they did before they had made a 5-star league, where it's just you could throw in legendaries, 5 stars, whatever, and that's why you're probably seeing, if you're getting really high on the ladder, a lot, and I mean a lot, of Rafaela, Garriott. You know, you got Queen and all that other nonsense. You see Bella a lot, and she's kind of overtuned a little bit. You know, just the usual stuff that you'd normally see. And, you know, I use Legends, of course. You know, I use Choi, Jiho, but I don't like using full 11, you know, my whole team just being legendaries. You know, I like to incorporate some 5-star players, because even some of these 5-star players can be better than, of course, even some of these legendaries. Like, for instance, Melissa. Melissa I've seen pretty much on the ladder ever since she pretty much debuted. She's like one of the most overpowered assisters in the game, and for good reason. Like, look at this, frick, 554 technique, you know, really good speed, and some good vitality, and her pass effect is just insane. She, you know, she gives penetration on her pass. You know, she decreases penetration resistance and critical resistance of 15 in the enemy position by 5 minutes, you know, increasing reflexes and crit damage of allied players in a position. That's also nice. And increases pass effect, action speed, and decreases incoming damage by 20. So she's really fast. She gives really hard passes. And I've been doing like maybe around 6k passes or even higher than that sometimes just with this. Just with this build. This ain't even a legendary unique stone. I've been just getting really, really good passes with her. I've been trying to figure out what I want to make, because I have enough materials at this point to make a legendary unique stone. But I'm trying to figure out if I want to make one for Choi, which would probably be Terranox's blood with, what do you call it? Terranox's blood with, you know, Shaken Heart Thunder. Or if I should make a passing stone for Melissa, so that we could get some more pass going on here. And also because I want to at least get my team to double G, you know. Because I'm trying to get that done. I'm so close. I'm at single G right now because, you know, I haven't gotten to that 29 thing yet. But you know what I mean, you know. there's just so many amazing players that not only legendaries are really good at. You got 5-star players too, and it's just really really cool what you can do with a team like that. Me personally, I chose my team based off 2 attributes that I liked, and that could be you guys too. You can choose your team based off 2 attributes you like, find a player that matches those attributes, and just go off. Because that's kind of what I did. I didn't really go off in the meta or anything. I didn't look anything up. I said, you know what, I'm gonna just choose a bunch of players I like from both attributes and throw them together. And my team changed over time. It didn't always look like this. I had many, and I mean many, different players on my Duel Ace teams before. So my best advice to you is, find some players you like, or find an attribute you like, kind of mess around with that a little bit. Try and find a team that's like really creative and mess around with it a little bit and see how you like it. That's my best advice to you in that prospect of things. As for what characters you should probably want to use, it really depends on the attribute. Once again, there's just so many characters you can choose from just alone. Like with Ardor and Whirlwind alone, I've been messing around with this for a long time. There's a time where I used to have Miho on my team. There's a time where I used to have Rudella on my team. There was a time even when Black Tortoise was my goalkeeper, and I was using, this is when I first started. Where is she? Because she has an ace I used to use. And I used to use Leah, who has reflex and match AP of 30 for Ardor and Whirlwind. I used to use her. There was even a time where I think I used her, but I didn't keep her on my team that long because I never maxed her out. But I even used E-Ray sometimes after a little while. So I've been testing with this for a while. I'm still testing because this isn't even the final version. This is just what I'm using for now, because I just have a bunch of players on my team that I like, and of course Yuki got a really awesome skin. But that's besides the point here. My point is, just mess around with some players that you like and see where it goes. Try and find your favorite attribute out here, or at least 2 favorite attributes that you like that much, and then kind of just throw out the others. Like for me, if it was the attributes I liked, it'd be Ardor, Whirlwind, Light, Thunder, and then Dark. I don't know, maybe Dark and then Thunder, because Celestial, and you got Ash, and then you even got this character. I think this is like one of the 4 stars they give you, and she has a really nice art too. You got Metatron. So I don't know, maybe Dark and Thunder are kind of tied for 4th place on who's my favorite, but Light is definitely taking 3rd because they got Vonchi. The boy, the legend, the guy with he can play soccer with his hands in his pocket. Like, who can do that? Who is doing that right now? Who's playing soccer with their hands tied up like that? That's crazy. But that's besides the point. But other than that, that's pretty much gonna be it for the video as far as Duel Ace teams are going. That's pretty much all the advice I can give you at this point. There's no one which way to make the team that you want to make, especially when it comes to Duel Aces. Like with mono teams, like I said before, it's a little easier because it's kind of just a set niche, and each attribute kind of has their thing. Like for instance, I think with Ardor, it's kind of like just pure power, and then you kind of just gotta take their goalkeeper out before they take out yours. Whirlwind's kind of based off of speed and HP regen. Thunder's basically known for its Oko strikers. Light is basically known for, I think it's mostly its healing and it's healing, and I think a lot of utility strikers somewhat to a point. It really depends on the striker, but there are definitely a lot of utility strikers in this. And of course, we already know the strongest of all the attributes, which I hate going against the most, which is Dark, which has just debuffs for days. Debuffs, paralysis, friggin' anything, you got it. For anything with debuffs on it, this attribute owns it all. So each one of these attributes has a niche that it can use to its advantage, and it's really, really nice. And I'm gonna actually scoot back on that, because actually Whirlwind is known for its really fast players. Not really its HP, but Light on the other hand is really known for its players on HP. But other than that, we're probably gonna do a couple of draws just to end off the video and everything like that. Because really, I didn't really give out that much advice aside from just try and find some players you like and attributes you like. And I don't know if that really helped you. If you guys did get some help from that, kind of just throw some comments down there. And yeah, let's go ahead and do some draws, because it's been a little while. And I actually did a video where I did the 400 draw tickets, because they gave us 400 of them, and my video got corrupted, so I couldn't really do that. So let's go ahead and do some custom draws, because I want to keep drawing Ign so that I can be able to power up, and hopefully we can do so. And the best part is the rate is up, so let's go ahead and do so. 4 draws I'm thinking we can do, so let's do it. Let's see. I'm kind of mad too because in the video I did, we got back-to-back draws one time. We got like a William and then a Ein right afterwards. It was pretty nice. All right, so nothing there. We did get a 5-star. 5 stars are always really nice to get because I can use them to be able to build up my other players, especially if they're ones I don't use. Another thing I like to do with the Reborn update is, you know how you'd have a lot of players back then? Well, actually, it depends on if you played the game back then. You would have duplicates of some of the characters, and you'd either use them to superb train your characters, or they kind of be just sitting there. What they did is they basically made it to where you keep all your characters you had, and then the rest of them will be just turned into spirals, which is really nice. The only thing that kind of sucks that I regret before the update is that I didn't use all my Kumas to 7-star some people, and that I didn't use all my Elite Rays beforehand because I didn't know what they're going to do with that because I didn't watch the YouTube video. But it is what it is. I'm still doing pretty well. No legends yet, but... Ooh, never mind. Oh, is this going to be it? Please tell me that's Ein or somebody new. Yo, we got Ein! Let's go! Oh my gosh. That is the luckiest draw. My goodness. Let's go. We're not drawing anyone. We got the target. We got the... Alright, that just made the video 10 times better. Let's go. I'll take it. I will take it. That's 50 spirals that I don't have to worry about searching for anymore by doing all this grinding. How many spirals is that I got now? With her. Frick. Let me see. Because I only need at least 200 in order to get her to 5. So we got 69 now. And then how many legend spirals do we have? We got 33. So if I grind out for maybe a couple more days, then we'll be good. Jeez, though. That's nice. Like, that's a good way to end off a video there. But, oh gosh. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video and everything. You know, just take the advice I gave you. If you think it'd work, you know, just, you know, mess around with some players, mess around with some attributes, see what you like, you know. And without further ado, this is going to be Evolutionary EV signing off. Peace, and hope to see you guys again.